Esmeralda for that opportunity to engage and disengage. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to get more intense as we head into Game 4.
Welcome to the land of Dawn. Game number 4 here, match point for RSG Philippines. Cheer for whatever team you're rooting for, because at the end of the day, Philippines is looking for that grand final spot. Chaknu already taking some early damage.
Yeah, this is surprising. I mean, initially we always think that Aqua shouldn't be dealing out the damage we want him to because it is very earlier on in the game. And usually because of that happening, it does seem like it should be Omega, but what? Light?
Oh, they're actually going to force Kelra already to flicker. They're going to focus him down. He grabs the kill here. Ryzen now looking for Light, but so far, 1-for-1 trade. Ryzen not going to be able to get Light here.
Yeah, it doesn't, I think, have enough damage or the energy for it to pull that off. So we're gonna give that up here, but you can see Light still hanging around Chaknu in the mid lane though, putting some damage onto Demon Kite, and Aqua responds in kind. Still decides to stay here to contest for the Lethal Wanderer.
Very, very messy early game. I mean, very over-aggressive coming in from both teams. I do think that they both understand the importance of the gold lane, and they're trying to pressure it in the same way. So coming into the later stages of the game, let's see for some more mirroring movements. Let's say play for those lanes in that bottom side, understanding that's where the next turtle is going to spawn.
Yeah, and so going back to that first blood kill, right, goes in the hands of Kelra here. This is, again, best case scenario for any type of gold laner. If you can get those early kills, it will really help you scale very well. Again, this is a Clint, doesn't have the best win rate, but the damage can be there. Also, Emon, I mean, we haven't seen much Popo and Koopa, but it can work. Also gives you an extra health bar on the map to kind of block things or just be in the way, but also the pressure there too, because most likely, I mean, a lot of people, they kind of underestimate that damage coming out from Popo and Koopa, especially if they take in that early BOD with the Weapon Master. But now, Turtle going to be the focus here. Demon Kite going to push them back, but it's going to be secured by Ryzen. Nice Turtle pickup here. Has to retreat. There's Chaknu with the Wild Charge, plus the Dawning Light. Going to force RSG back here.
Amazing Mystic Fields there coming in from E2 Max, and compared as well with the Dawning Light was huge. It would allow the side of Omega to actually escape that situation with 0 casualties and actually coming out on top. But what is quite interesting is that the side of RSG is actually leading in gold. I wonder why this is.
I guess they've been farming really well. So far, Iman is actually 1 level ahead of Kelra, despite his early pickoff in the top lane here. So he has only just turned level 5, and Light has also been putting a lot of pressure. Now, Kelra has actually opted to pick up the Killing Spree emblem here. So when you talk about the Weapon Master, Nafsto, so much damage being put on by Ryzen here. Manages to still get away. It looks like Ryzen's not going to go for it, but on the top side, it's going to be RSGPH stripping entirely the gold here, as well as the first tier 1 turret up top. Omega trying to respond, but a bit too late to the party.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, okay, so they make the cross-map play. They grab the turret up there. I'm still surprised that Naths was able to survive there. But going back to your question, right, if you're wondering about that early gold lead, the Avarice emblem does help out there. And you can see Esmeralda pretty much just bullying that lane, right, because Renzio can't do much right now. So as they transition, this could end up also being a lane swap eventually. But RSG Philippines, they want to just be careful because they have to know, right, you have Aqua on Sicilian, you're most likely not going to be doing a ton of damage just yet.
Oh, it does seem like it is going to be Omega kind of losing out in that swap as well. I mean, they were looking for a cross-map play in the bottom side, but Nats going nuts there in that bottom side, being able to juke out all the issues coming in from Omega, as now it is going to be the Turtle spawning into the Land of Dawn, the center focus of both teams in that early game.
It's going to be a thing now, Nats going nuts.
Yeah.
Just going to use that. But
Key to victory.
RSG, key to victory. RSG picking up the first hits on this Turtle. Second objective now. It's going to go the way. Oh, what? Ryzen actually stealing that away with the retribution. So this goes in their way, and now they even out the gold lead here across the two teams.
Okay, he made that look a little too easy. It's just like he cabled in there and it's just like, yeah, I'll take that. Grabs the turtle, yeah. And so again, this is a good form for Omega to deal with. Ryzen, I mean, he's got to be careful on these plays, though. It is going to be just him and Naz working against each other. Under the turret, he goes, and he grabs one. Ryzen feeling really good on this Fanny. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Renzio and Chaknu here. They've got to be careful because also the rest of the team are making their way downtown. Aqua going to be trying to get some vision there, too. Renzio takes quite a bit of damage. Light charging up. Doesn't hit Renzio. But there you go, Ryzen taking buffs.
Huge macro play coming in from Omega. They read the fact that the Popple and Koopa wanted to swap lanes with the Esmeralda, and it was Ryzen to be able to prevent the Esmeralda from actually going to that top lane and even taking him down in the process. So that was a huge macro movement, as now Omega is leading with 1,000 in economy, and RSG now falling a little bit behind.
We can see Omega already feeling a bit more comfortable, more confident
Yes.
as well. Their ability, like you said, Chaknu is comfortable on these heroes where he can use them to initiate fights. And they've been taking it really, really well. As Iman takes a bit of damage from E2 Max, Dawning Light. Now they have to be careful. Like you said, in the early game, they did get a fight. It was only thankful that it was the early part. E2 Max didn't have the damage to put out onto RSG. Otherwise, they could potentially secure many kills there. So RSG does need to be careful as they look at the next objective here. Bottom side turtle spawning in 5 seconds.
This is all they have to do, right? Continue to press the gas here, right? Because the pace is already set by Smart Omega. Let's see if they can actually secure another turtle here. The last one they just got for free. Now they can actually be comfortable, confident enough, like you guys are saying, to contest this. They're actually just going to let RSG Philippines go ahead and start that up. Meanwhile, look at Renzio. He's cutting the lane pretty deep. Light finds the Tyrant's Rage. Chaknu misses, though. Kelra goes down. RSG Philippines happy to grab a kill, but Ryzen grabbing another turtle.
Okay, third turtle of the game here goes to the hands of Omega rather easily, even though they did have to lose Kelra in the process. You could see Light's initiation on that. He was waiting so patiently in that particular jungle and waited for the right time to be able to spot Kelra out. And now Kelra is falling behind Iman, and it's going to be interesting, right? Because the thing is, with the Popple and Koopa, you have like a fail-safe happening. The Popple and Koopa is a really good siege hero, and if things go south, you can just use the Popple and Koopa to just munch away on that turret.
I guess that's a plan B for them, right? Going into this mid stage of the game now. But I don't know, RSGPH can see Light trying to set up for something here, but Omega's not giving them the opportunity to.
I mean, again, the way I feel about Fanny is at some point, right, how long can you continue that aggression? There's so much relying on Ryzen alone here when you have this type of pick. On the other hand, right, Demon Kite, Karina, if you have a bad game, you can usually still be pretty useful towards the late game. So a lot relies on the jungle match as well. Chaknu just block them off here. Again, they also have to protect Kelra here, right? Clint, not the most mobile hero, does have the flicker and a little bit of a dash potential with him, but at the same time, look at all the engages that are on RSG Philippines, right? It's pretty tough to dodge all of those initiations coming in, whether that's Light, whether that's the stun from Emon. So Kelra's positioning this game is going to be very crucial.
They're really farming very well, like Eterna pointed out, but right now, Bat's Feast popped in the mid lane, dishes out some damage onto Chaknu. They're going to be safe for now. But going back to Kelra, he's farming extremely well. You can see he was down for a bit, but now he is level 10, and even Ryzen himself is, well, 2 levels ahead of Demon Kite. So Omega, even though they're even in kills, it looks like they're really having a bit more control here.
This is so like disciplined plays across the board. When you see the Fanny in the Indonesian league, she usually goes in very crazily, very aggressive, looks for those pickoffs, those early game kills. But in this case, Ryzen is just really focusing on those objectives, taking 3 turtles already, being very consistent in that area, and also trying to, you know, like bait all those resources that RSG Philippines could possibly prop up.
I mean, Yeah, welcome to PH meta, right? They love their objectives.
Is this normal?
Yeah, this is pretty normal, right? So if you're seeing it for the first time, this is usually how it goes. Both teams, they have tons of discipline. I mean, that's why they are here at the current stage of the tournament. But what they do very well, both sides, is just punishing mistakes. And so when you have that, I mean, both teams waiting for each other to make a mistake, this is usually how it plays out. We've seen it up to this point already, game number 4. No one even wants to commit on this Lord yet.
I think they're just trying to wait for an opening, you know, the first one to pull the trigger. We can see Iman already getting that win of nature early as compared to Kelra here. So pretty, you know, respecting the damage coming from the side of Omega. I think especially on Ryzen here as he's farming up, ability to just go in the back line, pop the cutthroat as well as the spin to wins.
Yeah, again, at this point, RSG Philippines looking for a pick here, which is going to rely a lot on Light. Demon Kite just trying to get some focus here on that Lord Pit. He wants to see actually if he can just freely take this or force a response from Smart Omega. So again, they can try to punish them, but also they're holding on maybe one hit on that bottom turret. So Smart Omega might want to look for some more turrets on the map to open it up, especially those tier 1s. Because again, you could see no one committing just yet. They just want to grab the vision, the space around the next big objectives. And as the game goes on, Etu Max is going to have a lot lower cooldowns. You can already see they finally grabbed that turret that RSG Philippines was holding on to for so long.
I would have thought that Omega wanted to just go for that Lord because they had the man advantage. The problem is the Masha just keeps on pushing the waves in the top side and the bottom side, really forcing Nas to go into different lanes, and that actually gives them a man advantage if they want to contest for this next objective. But now it is going to be a 4v5 situation. Will the Fanny be able to get back in time?
I mean, Ryzen doing this, notice what's happening, right? Like you just mentioned, Eterna, the split pushing happening is that's the case for 2 different players on Smart Omega, right? Ryzen is doing that to the top lane. That turret will most likely go down. This is what I was saying, right? Continue to find turrets, get the space, force some pressure, and this might open up a Lord take if they can continue that on, because Renzio's doing that too, and he finds Demon Kite. This could be the green light for them to just take that Lord, and what discipline showing here from Smart Omega.
Definitely is. Kelra hiding in the bushes and finding those shots. Aqua, ooh, takes some damage there. But, you know, even though it looked like there was a stalemate there, it wasn't. Omega was slowly chunking away at RSG's objectives. There was Renzio all the way at the top, like you said, Eterna, just farming up top, getting the turrets. And on the bottom, I think Kelra was also the one that took the turret. And the thing is, Omega has such a better draft because they have so much mobility to be able to rotate that much faster than RSG PH. And because of that, the longer RSG drags this out, they're only going to give more opportunities for Omega to slowly take all these defenses away from them.
Well,
yeah, I mean, Kelra already, even though he doesn't seem to be having too much of a positive KDA at a 1-2-1, you can already feel the damage slowly building in, with the true damage coming in from his passive as well as a penetration from his just bought Malefic Roar. This definitely is going to be something that RSG PH needs to bear in mind. In addition to that, E2 Max already has the Enchanted Talisman as well as that Lightning Truncheon, and so you could just feel the damage really popping off onto Aqua there with the Divine Light.
Yeah, I mean, Aqua being able to get those items is going to really be beneficial because, again, this is scaling, right? We're talking about scaling here. Sicilian, as the game goes on, this will be a thorn in the side of Smart Omega. So right now, you got to say, they're happy with those turrets. They've got the space now. They can continue that pressure game like we've been talking about, especially on the side lane. That's what we see Renzio continuing to do. Now they're going to be focusing here. Naz could be in trouble. 3 members there, but has the team to back him up. This is exactly what RSG Philippines has to be careful of. Nat's giving them a go signal, though. Chaknu and Renzio on that side with the orange buff. Light wants to be careful here. Dawning Light's going to come out. They actually find a kill on Chaknu here. That's a mistake as they now focus on Renzio. Has to pop the sprint. Ryzen, is he going to go back into the base as he finds the kill himself? Getting Emon. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Nas returning here. Light goes down. 2 fall for both teams. And now Nas chasing Renzio. with Demon Kite. We're going to get stopped here with that Mystic Field.
I mean, still worth it for the side of Omega, right? They lose 2 gold laners easy, but Chaknu traded for Aqua, 100% going to be better for the side of Omega. They don't want to, but Ryzen goes crazy with those steel cables there. He's looking to be very comfortable on this Fanny, even though I did have a little doubts on him with the Fanny. I think he's just warming up, and you can see now that the pressure has started to ensue from the side of Omega. Now 4,000 gold into their hands in the 15th minute.
Slowly shoring up that gold for themselves as they enter into, well, starting the later stages of the game now. And Omega, we could see them at the earlier team fight. They just baited out Aqua's Bat's Feast as well. They want to wait for this huge ultimates to be spent. And once they recognize that they are so good always at counter engaging. And the thing is, they have the ability to as well. Granted, I think Kelra went a little bit aggressive there and sacrificed his life for it, but otherwise I felt it was going well. Now Demon Kite taking the aggressive position. Actually, no, having to back away now as Ryzen secures the Lord for themselves.
Big pickup there, right? So they pretty much freely get that Lord. And again, look at the base of RSG Philippines, right? They're down at that one mid turret. Meanwhile, Smart Omega has every turret in the mid lane up. So they can play around this, continue to push in the lanes right now as they have a good, comfortable lead. The one thing, again, they have to watch out for is Aqua's scaling here. That's the biggest threat for them because Emon is pretty much struggling to get any initiation or follow-up because, again, the great thing about a Xavier is you have the Mystic Field. If you choose you want to disengage, not only do you have that, but you also have Chaknu. The way we've seen Chaknu play around that wild charge, he uses it defensively and offensively. And now, Lord going to be in the mid lane. They grab the bottom turret. Smart Omega could be looking to take another one. Lord should go down pretty quickly as RSG Philippines has good, clear speed. Ryzen trying to cause some chaos here. Lord is finally taken out. Top turret still up. Right now, Smart Omega might want to just take the displayed approach. Nas does get stunned here. Oh, but another one. Kelra's taken out. Emon pops the Wind of Nature. He should be fine. No one falling for RSG Philippines just yet. They're still defending. Ryzen goes in, grabs a kill for himself. But right now, RSG Philippines able to defend.
Yeah, 1-for-1 trade in that particular area, but it does seem like Omega, they are going to go back from this. They don't want to engage too much, and they don't want to risk too much because they already lost Kelra in the process, and that is their main damage dealer as that Dawning Light chunks so much damage.
Oh, here comes Ryzen. He's hunting for Aqua, not able to get the kill there. Demon Kite looking to punish, but he gets stunned by the wild charge. That Max now falls. RSG Philippines going to chase them back, but has to defend their base.
Yeah, Ryzen just been phenomenal on this Fanny this game. He is really popping off. I mean, you see the non-committal Dawning Lights come in. You see some damage coming out from Renzio. I think it was Renzio that chunked down Aqua there. And Ryzen so quick to recognize that opportunity to go in. We're going to see the replay coming in presented by TikTok.
All right, here we go. We can see this is the base defense they wanted, right? RSG Philippines did their best here. Again, Emon was forced to pop that Wind of Nature, able to defend here. Ryzen goes in for a pretty risky play, able to pick up a kill. And right now, RSG Philippines going to punish, right? Max is not up. They need to start focusing on the map, but Demon Kite, look how confident Ryzen is.
Super confident.
Super
confident. And this is a little bit different to what we were accustomed to seeing. He was a little bit, you know, he was testing the limits. He got caught out a little too much. But in this particular game, still standing at a 300 KDA, he's done a lot for his team. Able to just dish out the damage and even do a lot of finishers on the board. As now we need to focus on the next objective, which is going to be that Lord. But once again, Ryzen goes crazy. He's not allowing Nas to put more pressure in those side lanes.
Yeah, clearing out the minions here on the top side. Kara starts leashing the Lord here on the bottom. Renzio causing some disruption in the backline here. Right, pop the bouncing ball, just to disengage. Chaknu tries to find an opportunity here. The window onto Demon Kite. The huge damage output coming out. Aqua forced to pop the Bat's Feast in defense though. And Renzio, he's stunned out, but look at the damage, just none. Oh, it comes in though now. They have to be careful.
Renzio!
He's back, but Iman finds the killing blow onto him and he goes down. Chaknu being harassed by Nast here. Takes a lot of damage, but I think he will be just fine here. And it's going to be RSG this time.
Yeah, Nats played that really well. When they were going in for an engage, Nats just went into the backline and popped that Falling Star Moon onto E2 Max. So E2 Max wasn't able to dish out the damage he was supposed to, and not even granting that Mystic Fields from popping.
Man, right now, again, just the push and pull between each Lord is just showing how disciplined each team is looking to be. Chaknu going to be at half health here. Is the main frontline. Ryzen waiting patiently. Here comes Light. There's the good dawning Light. Emon takes quite a bit of damage. Nats has to be careful. He does pop that Purify. He's going to be just fine. Meanwhile, Lord, it is really low, and it's going to be secured here by Demon Kite. They have to back off here. Meanwhile, their base completely exposed. Ryzen once again trying to do what he did in game 1.
Wow, I actually thought that Omega was going to counter-aggress on the RSG there because Changnu landed a Guardian's Bearer that put Iman out of position, but instead, RSG still turning this in their favor, and now they have the Lord coming down the top side as well. It is their chance to siege, and you know, surprisingly, RSG, they've been down. Oh, the Bat's Feast comes out. Changnu in some trouble. The Mystic Field and the Wild Charge combined together manages to secure Demon's Kite's life there. So it's still going to be Omega fighting back in this. Changnu still once more goes on to Light, forces the flicker. Renzio dives in, tries to get the damage, not going to be enough. Forced to back for it now. Dawning Light for more damage, but still not enough to have them close off the kills.
Oh, Nats. He's trying to help them out here. Emon's still pretty much full of health. But again, they have to be weary of their base. It's fully exposed here. That's the advantage that Smart Omega has on RSG Philippines. So they find a pick. There's the Wild Charge. Can they grab the kill? And they do as Nads falls. Now Ryzen, gotta be careful, doesn't have all the energy he wants, but this is a good spot for Smart Omega.
Man, Omega really coming back and staying relevant in the game, even though it was RSG with the initial tempo. See, that is the beauty of CC, especially for Smart Omega. They just need one moment, one Mystic Fields, one Wild Charge combo, wombo, and that is RSG now on the back foot.
Yeah, as Mirko would say, the wombo combo here. They're looking to take this to another game as they're just waiting patiently for Ryzen to make it down the mid lane here. RSG Philippines has to be able to defend. They do have great clear. It could be down to a Chak Mamba moment. There's the Wild Charge. Gets the knockup though on Light. Dawning Light comes out too. Aqua's in trouble. Gets to the fountain just in time. Minions now making their way down to mid lane. They're taking quite a bit of damage. There's the Mystic Field. Light falls. Kelra grabs a kill. Can they lock on the Crystal? They do. And the Kings of Sea take it to game number 5.
Forcing a 5th game in this best of 5